works. Hit the space bar.
Can you leave that in there? And we're rolling.
Yeah.
And we're rolling.
I was told by John last time, don't talk to the talk at the camera too much.
Yeah, he was explaining everything.
Oh, yeah, I know. He kept on going, like, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah. And you looked the opposite way of the camera. Like you couldn't even imitate it correctly.
Oh, no, I was just looking at the opposite of way because I'm super humble as a person.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
What's up, John?
Oh, just running this dang podcast.
Why would you not?
Into the ground.
I say, what's up? You say, oh, dadding around. What are you, an idiot?
It was a very clear setup.
What is this, your first podcast?
Because I know it's not ours.
Yeah, we've had two.
Because there's already one out
We've
there
had two.
somewhere.
That first one, though. It was good. The setup was nice. But the audio went to
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Pretty much immediately.
Well, the setup wasn't nice.
Setup wasn't good either.
Actually
This
that
one
great.
could be bad. I don't even know.
I'll put like a still image right here in post, but of us sitting in that room for the first episode because I looked like a little person.
Can you timestamp it too, so they know when the first episode was?
Yeah.
That would be ideal.
We can verify that.
We can. Just because, just so,
Yeah.
so that people know when it happens.
So,
Specifically.
this will be the only time we explain anything to the camera.
Oh, so I can look at it?
Please don't look at it.
Okay, you go.
I already looked at the camera.
We're not going to look at the camera to explain it, but we're just going to explain that this is episode number 2 of the podcast. Episode number 1 is buried somewhere far away.
In a galaxy far, far away, it's been lost.
It didn't turn out great.
No, it did not.
And then you had a kid.
I did. I've got a 3-week-old infant.
Yeah.
So I've not slept a lot.
Yeah.
And you can tell. And I looked into the camera again.
Yeah.
Immediately. It's very hard to not look
Are we
into the
supposed to explain what all of this is?
Okay. So, well, I guess we should.
You're the producer. John's the producer.
Considering this is episode number 2.
So podcasts are...
Let's stop right there.
Okay.
Let's not patronize the fans. All 2 of them. Go ahead, John.
3, technically. There's 3 of us.
So podcasts. Thanks for watching Dadding Around, everybody. This is Dadding Around.
It's a dad
Dadding around with an apostrophe.
He said everybody, like there's a bunch of people watching.
He also said daddying, but it sounded like daddy, and that's a different thing.
Yeah.
So we should not. Anyway.
All things dad.
Some things not.
Some things not.
Probably more things not, honestly.
A lot of nerd talk.
As you can tell, maybe.
They've been poking fun at my Star Wars diorama, which is not a diorama, it's just my figures. You can hate, you know what? These from the 70s, worth money. Put my kids through college.
I'm pretty sure you carved that one out of a wooden spoon.
Because it looks like because it's a Wookiee and it's brown?
Yeah.
No. It says right on the back.
Wooden spoon.
1977. I couldn't carve that accurately.
A wooden spoon from 1977.
Okay. Continue, John.
Okay, you just threw it.
It was kind of intentional.
Our goal is to just have fun conversations as dads. Talk about, like I said, nerdy stuff. Maybe some lawn care. Maybe do some grilling.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I would not look for this to be a podcast that gets all too serious, though, guys. So
No. If we recommend a recipe, I probably wouldn't try it.
Dude, you made some hellacious peach bread pudding the other day. So I would recommend, if John recommends a recipe and it's peach bread pudding.
I actually want to prepare a deer steak taco recipe. So I think that will be something. A little venison taco.
As long as you don't put balsamic vinegar on it again.
No, that was the experimental stages.
Wait a minute.
Ruin that steak.
Yeah.
You guys had deer steak tacos?
Oh, that's been years ago.
Yeah.
You probably had the same ones.
Yeah.
I feel like you're trying to convince me that I had deer steak tacos.
That does sound like something we do, but I don't think that it is in this case. We're also going to cover at some point. I'm going to we're going to have different people on here. We're going to cover some jujitsu techniques, some dad jujitsu techniques with Mr. McFarland.
You can't say that word.
What, jujitsu?
Jitsu.
Oh yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
So today's topic.
I don't even want to discuss today's topic. You guys didn't do your homework. I spent all week watching every episode of the Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and you're an episode behind, and you're 3.
Yeah.
I was at
And
work.
I'm not even the MCU guy.
The finale released today. I have been at work.
And I know what you
dadding
do
around.
at work. I know what you do at work. You could have watched it.
Yeah, no, I probably had. There was probably some time. I could have watched it.
In the first
Not a lot.
episode, we discussed WandaVision. Vision. Like it was just the one. WandaVision. And we were going to discuss Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and you guys screwed the pooch on that.
Well, let's
I
just.
think what we should actually talk about is something that can't be spoiled is Russell Crowe.
What? Russell Crowe? Wyatt Russell?
No, Russell Crowe, who just announced.
Oh, that he's Zeus? Oh, am I not supposed to spoil that?
It's on the internet.
Okay. Spoiler alert, it's on the internet.
I don't use the internet much.
He is
What is it?
Zeus.
in Thor: Love and Thunder. Russell Crowe is going to
Which is a big deal because the Olympic gods are a Marvel thing.
and Hercules.
Well, Hercules, that means Hercules is coming, and Hercules is a freaking bad.
And
I don't care. I'm saying it.
and that's a good segue into She-Hulk too, because they're a thing. Hercules and She-Hulk.
They dated, like in high school?
Yeah.
They touch butts.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Not wait, high school.
You sound interested
No.
in it.
Yeah. You guys are diving deep, and I'm like, what? I didn't
Okay,
even know these were
so
characters.
She-Hulk is a series that is coming out, like, and it's going to be like a legal comedy. Like, do you remember the show Ally McBeal?
Yeah, I watched that.
Okay,
Is this dad
Anyway.
around? Or- well, I mean, I don't.
I
Did I watch Ally
I am a pop
McBeal?
culture encyclopedia. Anyway, so it's going to be like a legal comedy. That's a show that's coming out. It's important that Hercules or that Zeus is announced. Kind of. I don't think he was supposed to say anything. He was definitely not supposed to say anything.
Oh, so he leaked it.
Oh yeah,
He wiki leaked that
he
shit?
wiki leaked that shit hard.
Okay.
But so Zeus is the entry to Hercules. Hercules is a super badass, and Hercules is linked to She-Hulk because they touch butts, as we discussed. And so all of this stuff is
So like Thor
intermingling.
and Jane Foster,
Yeah, exactly.
who coincidentally left Anakin to be with Thor. Let's not forget that.
And
That seems like an upgrade to me. Wow.
If that's one of your kids, I swear to God.
Oh, it is. Dadding around.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah. Kids getting away.
they do. Riley Jane got a little cameo.
Oh my God.
Couldn't help herself.
Yeah.
honestly, nobody would have known if we hadn't stopped to look at the window.
Actually, I was gonna let it roll, and you just like you were like a deer in the headlights.
I just knew that she was going to open the window and say something.
That doesn't sound like my child at all.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, yeah, so she definitely upgraded with Thor. But coincidentally, Jane Foster's in the new Thor also, and she is the new Thor.
Yeah.
Which is a really actually really sad and brutally devastating storyline in the comics. But
I bet the mic picked that one up. I bet the mic picked the dog up on that one. What'd I tell you? I tried to tell you, man.
God. John had an actual panic attack earlier because Josh
He's
brought
setting up
his.
the mics, and he doesn't want anything to interfere. Well, first off, Cameron's daughter has already gotten in the way, and then I didn't want my dog to bark because we're in the hole of my house, the back porch, basically. So I brought him in, and John had a freak out, thinking he's gonna knock all over his semi-expensive equipment.
In John's defense,
You say dog, your dog is the size of a T-Rex.
Well,
he is a dinosaur. He's a very large dog.
90 pounds. 90 pounds. That's not that big.
He's taller
That's
than me.
bigger. That is heavier than my youngest child.
She's a preemie.
That's heavier than my middle child. I don't actually.
No, because my son is 90 pounds.
Dude, Kenzie's pretty skinny.
I don't know.
Okay, it's not the weight that's the issue.
How did we get here? What happened to Thor and She-Hulk?
Listen, this
Oh, because you said the sound got picked up.
Oh, that was Thor.
we've got to address the elephant-sized dog in the room.
That's pretty decent. I'll take it.
Oh God.
This podcast is about dad jokes.
Every time I see your dog, he's spinning in circles.
That is absolutely accurate.
And I have a couple $1,000s worth of equipment in this room right now that I don't want.
We get it. You work
You're
for
rich.
Carhartt.
God,
We got it.
Flex a little harder.
Carhartt is in no way associated with this podcast.
No way affiliated.
Don't talk about work.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to wear my Carhartt hat in here.
Yeah.
I mean, you can wear your
Yeah, you're just a citizen. You can wear what you want.
Yeah, but he's not a citizen.
That's true.
Please don't fire me.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, I would just like to say that Carhartt, if you would like an opportunity,
Please don't bring it up. Don't talk about work.
don't do it. Don't.
We're gonna get a sponsor. I think the first one's gonna be Kentucky Mountain Moonshine. It's gonna happen.
Which is a huge deal and is in no way affiliated with us at all whatsoever
At
right
this
now.
point in time.
At this point in time, we don't know the owners.
Yeah. I think we should take this moment to do our first.
I dead thought you were going to say, I think we should take this moment to pray.
No, our first serious dad concern. I think it's something that plagues most dads everywhere, and that's male pattern baldness.
Oh my God! It finally happened! Oh, I yelled.
Yeah.
I'm so loud already.
Yeah, you're gonna have to edit that out.
You look like if Lex Luthor had a really bad day.
Yeah, I shaved my head because I was going so bald. Rogaine. Honestly, it worked. I got too lazy to put it in. I wasn't gonna do that every day. Everybody knew it, but I didn't want to. I saw a picture of myself holding the baby, and my hair was so thin.
Yeah, your baby's hair is thicker than yours.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good.
No, it doesn't look
It
good.
does look good.
It looks decent.
You can pull off a bald head.
You can.
I didn't think I
it's
could.
very white.
It's yeah. Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tan it. I need to tan this hide. You know what I'm saying?
What you need to do is put some of that cream on it that makes it sheen.
Sheen.
Yeah, like it makes it
Like
it
Charles.
glow. You can take it and just zing.
Yeah. I could do that. Were you surprised?
That's a scrub joke.
I've
I
been-
wasn't surprised at all.
I've been saving this all day.
I did think though that you were very close to the skin this time, and I was like, oh man, that really is a high and tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you should have seen your daughter when I picked her up from school.
Did she lose?
I've
her
got a
shit?
reaction video. I'll show you
Oh,
later. It's
yeah.
really good.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So I used to have hair, guys, and now I don't.
Well, that might be a generous description of it.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You got a few hairs.
I had some hairs on my head. After our first commercial, let's go back.
Okay.
All right,
I
John.
I can't even
Pick it up
concentrate
again. I
on
know.
anything else.
Should I put my hat back on?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Go with
Oh
it.
my God! But you should just fry or tuck it. Grow all this out.
Oh, the horseshoe?
I would call it a fry or tuck, but okay. Yeah.
It was already. Little shout out to Doug's Barbershop. Kelly Browning already cut it in the George Costanza before we even did anything. I took a picture of that too.
Yes.
I almost left it like that. That was almost the surprise you got.
Oh, that would have been so
I didn't
good.
do it.
I did. This is. Did you know about this already?
He asked me if he should do it. What was it, yesterday?
You didn't think I was going to do it though. Be honest. You didn't think that you were going to come here today. My head would be.
No, I kind of.
Shoot.
I didn't know it was going to be today, but I figured you were going to do
Well, it
it.
surprises me that you knew. I thought I had a humdinger.
I love.
No, when you looked at me and said
You do have a humdinger.
You looked at me and said, "John, should I shave my head?" And I said, "Yes." And you always take my advice.
Yeah, that's what. You are the wisest and the youngest.
Usually how it works.
Yeah. Wise beyond his years.
Oh God.
We going to talk about that on the podcast? The fact that you just crapped your
It's the chair.
it was the chair.
Yeah. Oh man. I remember the first
Wow.
time. I remember the first time I sharded.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been the first time.
What are you in
No, that's
third
true. It's
grade? You
happened
gonna
a
blame
lot.
the chair? I scooted my desk.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I was in like fifth grade? Fifth grade? I can't say her name on here because that would be bad. Anyway, so I was in like fifth grade, sixth grade.
You did go to school.
Yeah.
He was in 12th grade.
I was in sixth grade, and I was in the library, and I had this teacher. She was, decently old. She had dark. Actually, maybe she wasn't that old because she did have dark black hair and everything was old at that time. Anyway, so we were in the library. It was very quiet. Everyone was reading, and I had to fart so hard, and so like I thought I was gonna eke one out. I was sweating, like everything was like there were things coming out of me that shouldn't have been coming out of me, like it was just bad.
Okay.
Anyway, so I thought I was gonna eke this fart out, and you know how like in the library they have plastic chairs that curve, like instead of like this is flat back, they have the plastic chairs, and it's got like a little ass imprint, and then it curves upward. Well, you clearly don't know the design of this chair. Like, I feel like you're...
Oh, no, I got it the whole time. I was just letting you go.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Anyway, so, I tried to eke out this fart.
What color was the chair?
It was orange.
Most of them were maroon, if you remember right.
It was orange.
Okay.
I remember it
He was in
vividly.
California.
That's true.
They had
true.
different colors.
Speaking to your mic better.
Sorry. Anyway, so, I
You
think...
can pull it over towards you.
So I think, this is going to be fine. Everything's going to be good. I can squeak this little baddie out. It'll be all right. And because it was in a plastic chair, like I feel like my technique was solid. It was fine. I think
It was the materials.
it was the materials. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sitting in this plastic chair, tried to eke that bad boy out, and the chair sucked the fart out of me and reverberated it like through the entire library. Everybody's silent. Everybody's reading books, and it was like that was in the mic. Anyway, I just happened to be sitting back to back with the teacher at the time. I 100% blamed it on her. Like everyone looked up, looked at me, and I was like,
In what classroom have you ever sat back to back with a teacher? Is that not
the
weird?
library
You think
classroom.
that's weird?
and they
Sitting
had like
back to back.
Yeah. They had like 6 round tables in there. It might not have been 6. I don't know. Memory's a weird thing. But I do remember that it was an orange chair and I did it in that chair. And it was very loud and I blamed it on my teacher. And that was fun.
Oh,
How did we even get on that tangent? Oh, because John did his pants. I remember now.
should we even try to go back?
To what? I don't even remember what
We were talking about Marvel.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, we
still
should.
mad at you guys.
Because I farted, and when I farted, it was the power. It was like the power of Thor came out
Okay.
of my cheeks. And there we are, right back to Marvel Thor.
When is the new Thor even supposed to come out?
Next year? No, 2023, I think. 'Cause
So
they
you
shifted
guys are
dates.
talking about things that are going to come out 2 years from now instead of watching the one thing you were supposed to watch so we could talk about it.
I don't see how that's relevant. Anyway, yeah, it's shooting right now. Actually, that's why we know that Zeus is in it because Russell Crowe is playing Zeus.
That's wild to me.
Yeah,
They're filming the Obi-Wan series.
they are.
And Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor.
They released the cast list for it the other
know.
day, and it was like very impressive.
Yeah.
There was what's his name? He's actually in a Marvel movie right now. The guy that got stupid jacked for Marvel. He played in that movie, The Big
You've not
Sick.
said one thing that's narrowed it down.
He played in The Big Sick. I think he's a Pakistani actor.
Oh yeah. I don't recall his name. He got ripped.
Shredded.
And
Absolutely shredded.
they've been pictures of him in the filming of this too, and he's shredded for it. So
Yeah.
they
Oh,
think
he's
that the
stage shredded.
character maybe a little more substantial. If we had a producer sitting behind a
Starts with
computer,
the-
they could do that.
Kumail Nanjiani. Kumail Nanjiani.
Why don't you? Yeah, go ahead and butcher it instead of just looking it up,
I bet you that's how you say
because
it.
you know he's probably watching this, and he's going to be. Yeah, you've got one right there. You're the only one allowed
Hey
to have
Siri.
No, don't
How
do
do you-
that. It's gonna
What?
just type
You
it.
said no.
one. This is why we only hang out with Cameron for the podcasts.
That hurts very much, actually.
That's the worst reason.
At least you're here. You're the entertainment.
That makes me feel better.
Thank you.
What's his name?
Hold on. Kumail Nanjiani.
What is this?
The first Google thing.
Well, what is it?
Come. I never remember how to do it. Kamal Nair. I don't know.
This
that
isn't.
him?
Yes.
That's not even telling us what his name is. So we still don't know.
But I think the important thing is that even he can't say it, so
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah,
it's definitely Kumail Nanjiani.
He's ripped for this role, so he may be something a little more substantial than just a support character.
Have you not seen him before? Have you not seen like his before and afters?
No.
Oh my God! You guys keep talking.
He was a comedian, and he looked
Is
like
a comedian.
Yeah, he looked like a comedian. You know how they look. You know how those guys look. Like you, like yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's him before. That might be new, but I'm looking for his schlubby face. All they have is pictures of Jack Tim now.
The great thing about this is you can go back and you can Google it and edit it in the video.
I'm not going to.
Why not? It's a perfect opportunity.
I may.
Oh, there we go.
Find out in just a second.
Yeah.
Okay. So
What we're looking at is
went
what you'll be
from-
looking at in like right now.
he went from
maybe.
from you to me.
You really think highly of yourself, don't you?
No, but that was a perfect setup. I do this because I think very lowly of myself. It's a very significant problem. Low self-esteem.
I just want to point out that the first picture looks better than me. So
Both of these things are better than myself. Of course I know him. He's me.
like, I'd be happy with that being
Yeah.
my after picture.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, so yes, he's in it. There were a bunch of like big name actors.
Of
in
course,
that
you
Obi-Wan.
got Liam Neeson coming back.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's supposed to make an appearance. Probably Force Ghost, I would
would've-
assume.
I did see that.
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, well, I saw that like in a book recently or something. Is that right?
You read in
That-
books.
I saw that somebody had written a book. I have not read the book, but I saw that somebody had written a book that explained that like Qui-Gon.
You know how they do, write those books.
Yeah, that it explained that like
I saw that somebody talked a book.
yeah, and that Qui-Gon has found a way to like physically manifest himself back. Is
I
that
say
a
now
thing?
that you're so far behind. Yeah, man. He was the first one to Force Ghost, if you will. He even taught Yoda.
Yeah, and I did know that Yaddle came back as like an actual person.
Man, I can't deal with him using the names incorrectly.
What names? Yada?
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Yeah,
that
so he'll
That's
probably
the
come
guy
back as a
that
Force Ghost.
trained
Or
Luke.
flashbacks.
Lucky.
You could have flashbacks.
That's true.
I don't know. I don't know that they'll do the flashback thing because
Maybe.
he's substantially older.
Do you think they'll bring back Lucky Skywalker again?
Anakin?
Lucky.
Luke.
I said what I said. I mean, he
It's
was
a possibility because it's going to be a story
in
about
Mando.
Kenobi, and he was on Tatooine to watch over Luke.
So this is why I ask, because this is another Marvel Star Wars tie, which makes sense because Marvel does the
I
Star
never
Wars
heard that
comics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I was already disappointed that they didn't use him in
as
The Mandalorian.
in the Mandalorian.
Yeah, because they CGI'd Luke's face, and I think some people loved it, but I just couldn't.
It didn't look bad.
It didn't look bad, but I
was
just
a
I
lot.
could feel the CGI. I could just feel it. It was a lot to
Well,
deal
it was
with.
like Leia, her CGI.
Yeah, Grand Moff Tarkin was the best CGI they've done.
that might be the best CGI that anyone
Yeah,
has done.
It
actually,
was good.
yeah,
but-
very impressive.
I don't know why they wouldn't use Sebastian Stan. The resemblance is uncanny.
Yeah. I mean, it's unreal. Have
Yeah.
you looked at the side by sides where like they do half his face, half young Mark Hamill's face? It's unbelievable.
Before the car crash.
Yeah, prior to the car crash. I think they're gonna. Of course, Maul's character will be back,
Yeah.
and I love Darth Maul.
And
I've already
then-
pre-ordered the new figure.
I would like to
course
see
you have.
a live action Obi-Wan Darth Maul final battle.
Did you? So do you know that there was?
Yeah.
On
okay.
was it Rebels?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so quick. He just destroyed him.
Oh yeah, Obi-Wan destroyed Maul. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if you
Which
can
is
recall this, but the first
appropriate.
time he cut him in half,
the,
Yeah.
the change of stances
Yeah,
is really cool.
yeah.
What is it?
That fight.
How
What do you
how the stances have changed throughout the saga.
Well, his stances because he went typical Obi-Wan first, and then Darth Maul like sizes him up, and he's like, "Okay, I know what to expect. This is what he got me with last time." But then he switches over to Qui-Gon Jinn's stance to draw him in because he killed Qui-Gon Jinn. And he gets him up there, and Obi-Wan is one of the best lightsaber duelists.
Well, yeah, I
in the
mean,
universe.
he did some stuff to Anakin.
Yeah. Killed Grievous. Well, he shot Grievous, but, same. Hello there, General Kenobi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, it's actually a heartwarming scene in Rebels.
Yeah, 'cause he
because
doesn't
they realize that they had a lot more in common.
Yeah.
So
Well, it doesn't. I've watched that episode. I didn't watch the series, but I have watched specific scenes in specific episodes because the mythology of it just fascinates me. But didn't Darth Maul forgive him in that moment, or he recognized him as his equal, or something to that effect?
he recognized his purpose more than anything because he knew that Obi was on Tatooine to watch over the Chosen One. Obi, we're first name basis.
Yeah.
Obes. And he said, "Is he the Chosen One?" And he said, "Yeah." He was cool with it. Yeah. He said he will avenge us because they were both done wrong.
That is very heartwarming.
Yeah, man. If you don't watch Star Wars cartoons, you're missing out on a whole part of the saga. I mean, it really. Dave Filoni, he just does an excellent job connecting all of it.
Yeah.
And then everybody that doesn't watch the cartoons, as soon as they see one of those characters brought to live action, like Ahsoka,
Start watching the
they're
cartoons.
like, "Oh, this character's so fantastic! Why don't we know about this?" Well, because you put yourself above watching cartoons. Now, granted, I didn't watch them until I had a kid, but then I was like, "Man, this is killer."
Yeah, my kid's not old enough to like them yet, I don't think.
He doesn't have to like them. You just put them on. Okay. That way, you tell him, "I'll let him watch cartoons."
Do you think that I get to choose what's on the TV?
Oh, sure. Yeah, your wife will let you pick.
I have 2 TVs in my house.
Oh,
I don't get to choose either of them.
you got 2 TVs, man. Big money over here.
I think you might be dadding around wrong.
Yeah.
I think that I'm doing it right.
I don't think so.
No.
You got 2 dads here who say no. You're overruled.
I got
Sustained?
4 TVs in my house.
I wasn't trying to say anything about having TVs.
2 of
I'm
them.
saying that I have 2 and I don't get to use them.
You don't watch anything you want?
No.
Man.
That's it. He watched the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision.
Why do you think I haven't finished Falcon and Winter Soldier? Because my wife doesn't like it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Touche. Yeah, that's true. I forgot
You
about the
didn't
wife.
finish it out of laziness.
Oh my God! I was saving lives.
What time did you go to work this morning?
I called you
I
last
left
night.
my.
I called you last night and you were making some kind of food.
Yeah, I was making salmon.
So you could have stayed up till midnight and watched it.
I got up at 5 in the morning.
Well, this was important to me, so I watched it.
At 5 in the morning?
Me too.
I could have. I was up at 5:50. I could have watched
That's
it.
different. That's not 5.
It's part of 5. There's 2 5s in it. So maybe it's actually better.
I don't think that's how time works.
What's better than 1,000 candles in the wind? 5,000 candles in the wind.
Candles in the wind.
That's what I'm
Courtney
saying.
can find that playlist on YouTube the other day and let's do it in the car.
That's a playlist on YouTube?
Yeah, all of them.
All of the parks.
Mouse
Are
Rat.
you serious?
The Pit, 5,000 Candles.
Even their covers are on there.
Yeah. Catch Your
That's
Dreams.
amazing.
Yeah.
Catch Your Dreams is on there.
Yeah. Duke Silver. Yeah.
The solo. Coming through with the solo.
Yeah.
I was talking about that at work yesterday, I think.
What,
There
Parks
was a-
and Rec?
Yeah, there's a girl that was wearing a surgical hat that was like The Office. And one of the doctors was talking to her about it, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I tried to get into The Office, but I couldn't." I'm not going to tell you guys which doctor it was because, obviously, if you go to a doctor that doesn't like The Office, you probably don't want to go to that doctor.
Yeah, you should probably find another primary care physician.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he didn't like The Office, couldn't get into The Office. But then I was like, well, I mean, did you guys watch Parks and Rec? Because that's the next, evolution, obviously.
Yeah.
And no one had watched Parks and Rec, with the exception of the CRNA. And so the CRNA we're talking about, the CRNA and I were talking about Parks and Rec and, which characters we most relate to. And Duke Silver and
obviously.
There were way too many details in that story for me to know what you were talking about at all.
Yeah, well, anyway,
I relate very closely to Andy Dwyer
naturally.
because I've got this natural charisma
Yeah,
and I'm so
you sure do.
funny.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
I told him Andy, obviously, but I told him, and I wanted to be, I wanted to be able to say Ron.
Everybody
I
does.
definitely wanted to be able to say Ron, but realistically, it was for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Bad.
Even with a libertarian stance, I can't even nobody's close to Ron.
No,
Ron freaking Swan.
not even Ron.
Yeah.
Like Ron is not even.
No, not even real life Ron. Nick Offerman is
No.
close to
Not
what
even
Ron
a little
Swanson is as a man.
Well, I mean,
He did build his own canoe.
Ron Swanson's wood shop is Nick
That's-
Offerman's actual wood shop.
That's where the similarities end, though.
No, there's more similarities. I think the biggest thing about
He's a
Ron
chunky
Swanson,
boy.
I think the most
That thick
important.
boy laugh like we got going on, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Thick with two C's. Shut your mouth, you skinny.
I think the most important characteristic of why did I make that so long?
I don't know,
Characteristic
you're
of
trying to-
Ron Swanson is that he's his own man, right? Like he doesn't give a shit what anyone else thinks. He doesn't give a shit what anyone feels about him being his own man. That's not to say he doesn't care about people and their feelings, just that he's his own man. He is
He
who he
has
is.
stated he didn't care about people and their feelings.
Yeah, but he does because he cares about Leslie and her feelings, especially like in the final season.
In
He
the
was her-
final season, because they got to wrap it up.
No, but in general,
Give him
like,
some.
he
Give
cares.
him some feelings. And make it a show that we can end
Oh yeah,
on a
it's,
good term.
it's called a good character arc. Anyway, he is his own man, and I feel like Nick Offerman is very much the same way. Maybe not. I mean, certainly he doesn't have the same.
I haven't spoken to Nick
Leanings
recently, but yeah,
He has the best laugh of anyone.
he does. He actually has a laugh of a gentleman I've worked with for years, and I won't mention his name, but their laugh is identical. And it-
Infectious.
Yeah, it cracks me up that it's so similar.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's pretty decent.
yeah. So I will go back. So we got on such a tangent. We got so far away from what we were originally supposed to talk about.
There's no like written
There
objective.
is very much an agenda.
Maybe for you because you watched
Yeah.
Because I watched it, and I was so proud. Like, I got this. I know what I was going to say. I was really excited about
Well,
it.
what were you gonna say? Go ahead. I
don't wanna say it
guarantee you
now.
Why?
Don't spoil it.
Is it
I'm going to spoil it for you.
spoiler alert? We all know Sam becomes Captain.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Wait, did you know?
Like he definitely becomes Captain America.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah.
But this love-hate relationship with John Walker is what I was
We
talking
can
about.
still talk about that. He's gotten far enough in where you
Yeah.
can. Well, no, probably not. You haven't gotten to the big episode where the bad thing happens, have you?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that this inner struggle that he has, I feel like so many people have, and I think that's what makes the character likable. I'm sure they're going to turn him into a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's
you know
gonna
what's
be a villain,
crazy?
I'm sure.
It's crazy that so many people have such strong feelings about him. Like on both sides, I feel like a lot of people hate him, but a lot of people really do like enjoy him.
Yeah.
And that to me, that just means that like Wyatt Russell has done a phenomenal job playing that character.
Although he does look like Carl Fredrickson wearing the Captain America mask.
Yes, he does.
I
Yes,
don't
he
see
does.
it.
I see it.
I don't
Oh, I got
see
it.
it.
Yeah.
Maybe in like 70 years he
No,
will.
he looks like him presently.
Yeah.
I don't think so, man. It's weird how he's like kind of the perfect blend of Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, though.
Yeah.
Like he looks like someone did a face mashup of Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, and then they just happened to get it right. Like,
I think that's how breeding works.
yeah, that's genetics. I understand that it's genetics, but I'm saying like those face mashup things that you do on like the Facebooks, and you're like, oh, what would you look like with your significant other?
Sure,
and what would your
sure.
baby look like? And then usually it looks like some kind of Lloyd. Like,
Yeah, it never
like
looks like it's supposed to
Can't say
look.
that.
Captain. What? Captain? What?
Okay.
Facebook?
I'll beep it out.
Yeah. This love-hate relationship with
John Walker.
John Walker. You have the same one with Carly.
Ray J.
Because
I don't know if I feel that way.
I feel like because they're doing all the wrong things for the right reasons.
right reasons,
So,
to them.
Yeah. Her fight is similar to his fight. It's just, I mean, as far as the internal, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like I think that because of the mantle that John Walker is taking, that adds depth to it. Like I do
Tremendous
think that they're
pressure as
very
well.
much, opposite sides of the same coin. But I think that, I mean, that's a heavy burden to bear to be Captain America.
Yeah.
And I was talking to someone else about it, and if he listens to our podcast, which he probably won't, out of spite, but if he does, I was talking to him about it and about how each character, like all three of the main characters, John Walker, Sam Wilson, and Bucky Barnes, are all character studies in different types of like Steve Rogers, but living up to that paragon.
Sure. Pieces of Steve now that he's gone.
Yeah, so like you look at Bucky. Bucky is Steve Rogers, but with just 80 years of emotional trauma, where Steve was frozen for all those years.
Yeah.
Bucky's had all of this emotional trauma to have to deal with, and that's a big deal. So he is Steve's conscience with a ton of baggage.
Yeah.
And then you look at like John Walker. John Walker is Bucky in a lot of ways. He's the good soldier, but without the conscience of Steve.
Yeah.
He's the good soldier that's supposed to be, taking on the mantle, whatever. And then Sam is obviously very much his own man, having to be like the character of Steve and the conscience of Steve, but with the baggage of, being a black man in America, taking on the role of Captain America, or, being a dude who is such an optimist. And you see, like, throughout the series, he keeps running into these closed doors. Like, he thinks, oh, well, I've got these, ins with these people, and they don't matter, And I think it's really cool to see, like, all of these dudes are ultimately trying to live up to who Steve Rogers was, but while also being their own men and being their own person. And I think that's just super fascinating.
I still feel like what Sam lacks is that he is not actually a superhero.
I think that's his best characteristic.
Maybe, I don't know. It's just odd to think about that these other two super soldiers, because even though John Walker wasn't. He was not. He is now.
Yeah.
And Sam's missing that characteristic.
But I think that makes him so much better, because he can hang with any of those dudes.
Yeah, but in my mind, I'm thinking he couldn't hang.
Oh, he could definitely hang.
In real life, you're going to put him up against a super soldier? I'm talking about right in the backyard, right now.
I don't know. I mean, no, none of this stuff is real life, dummy.
Wait a
like
second.
in comic books, that's a normal thing. Like, that's a common theme where you have a guy who's a normal dude that can hold his own with these superhumans, like Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is just a normal guy. That's what me and this other person were talking about, which I didn't even realize. I've never really paid attention to that comic. In fact, I didn't even know that it was a thing until relatively recently. I've just not like seen it around.
I've not even seen the trailer.
It looks amazing.
I don't know. The person I was talking to was extremely underwhelmed by the
Really?
whole, yeah.
Were we talking to the same person?
I don't know. I'll just say his name. It was Tyler.
Yeah, he's definitely trolling us. One of us. I don't know. Probably me,
It's you.
usually.
Yeah. it's
He didn't
usually
say he was underwhelmed. He thought it looked like a really good kung fu movie, is what he said to me.
you. Yeah. I won't tell you what he said about you.
Was it the 9 rings, 10 rings?
I can probably guess it.
What's
Yeah,
it?
10 rings.
Yeah, so that's a callback to Iron Man
Mandarin, yeah. The Mandarin.
character.
Hmm? I know who the Mandarin is, but was it a
Was that
callback?
Iron Man 2?
Iron Man 1.
Was it?
Well, Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 3.
They were, technically they were in 1.
The 10 Rings was a terrorist organization. So the people that kidnapped Tony in the first place or took him hostage, it was the 10
failed.
Rings. Yeah. And then in Iron Man 3, they had a caricature of the Mandarin, Trevor Slattery.
Yeah.
And, that was like their, hoodwink moment, like gotcha.
Yeah, he was hilarious too. So
Yeah.
that part was funny.
He was
that
pretty
character was good.
He was pretty good.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the Mandarin.
Yeah.
Which was a significant point of contention with like lots of Marvel fans. They were like, "What the hell are you doing? This is not the Mandarin." And so like they made a one shot, like a little short movie, basically in response to that, to say like, "Hey, like Trevor Slattery was, yeah, it was great. We hoodwinked you with him, but don't worry, there's a real Mandarin out there, and
He's coming.
and it's taken 10 years almost for him to come, but yeah, that's a pretty big deal. Like he's a very, very significant villain.
Is he going to be in that movie, the new one?
Yeah, in Shang-Chi, he's his dad.
Have they cast it? Who's playing that character?
I don't remember his
I'm
name.
sure they've cast it because they've already done a trailer.
I want to say Tony
Don't
Lee.
speculate, just look it up.
Yeah,
I love speculation.
I do too.
As a dad, that's one of your strongest tools. You just throw stuff out there and see what sticks to the wall.
I like to know what I'm talking
You
about.
don't always know what you're talking about.
That's why I looked it up.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true.
It's not even
You should look it
what I
up.
do every day.
Google it.
That was an underrated
It's worth
comment
it.
right
It's
there.
worth a Google.
It is worth a Google.
I don't see nobody's Googling it. The one thing you just said to do.
I don't even remember what we're Googling.
Who's going to play the Mandarin?
I'm pretty sure it's Tony Lung.
How do you know it's not Tony Kidney?
It could.
See? There's some dad jokes weaved in the essence of this. Who is it? Who's it going to be?
Oh my God! Could you?
You go really slow.
Yeah, it's Tony. I don't know if it's Leung or Tony Lung or
I prefer Lung because then it substantiates my dad joke.
Lung. I don't know.
Lunge.
I don't want to disrespect his name, so
It's too late for that.
I know I already did. I apologize, Tony. I'm sure you're watching.
Again, with the first name basis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tone.
Yeah. If Ewan McGregor watches this and hears me call him Obi,
He will.
yeah, he's going to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely will. So anyway, the Mandarin is a big character.
Ron Howard may think that you're talking to him.
You mean Opie?
Opie.
Yeah. Yeah. It could, yeah.
That
Stop
was a
looking at
deep-
my head.
I can't help it.
It's not even shiny yet.
I know.
And you won't quit looking at it. It's
jarring.
pretty white.
Oh my God! Do you know who he looks like? So I said Lex Luthor earlier. He looks like actual Lex Luthor from Supergirl. John.
I
What's
don't
his
watch
name?
that. But
I don't either. But
he looks like somebody else that I know that's like local.
Who is it? Write it down.
I don't have a pen.
Send it to me in a text message.
Okay. You
carve
don't know him.
carve it into his hand with a knife.
Well, I don't know him, then don't waste my time.
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
Why are we abandoning the knife idea?
I don't know. He's already wasted my time. I thought he had something good. He's got nothing.
I do.
I think you should shave your head in
I-
solidarity.
Let's be honest. First of all, you don't have cancer. Second of all, my hair is what I've got going for me.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You have thick hair. It's luscious. I'll agree.
Yeah, it's not even
It's
really.
strong. It's not politician strong, but it's strong.
I feel like if I were to be a politician, it
We would
it
all
could
burn?
work. Yeah, probably. But
Have you seen Alex?
I have
Yes.
seen Alex,
Oh man. I hope Alex watches this. I saw your hair.
He may.
and it
my
looks
God.
magnificent.
Yeah. It's.
I want to
he's-
play in it.
He's radiant.
Like-
I mean, like he is just.
Yeah,
His
it looks like
essence.
he definitely uses Pantene Pro V.
Yeah, he does something. He looks. His hair finally matches the excitement of the time that you got him the unicorn clock. You know what I mean? Like that. That. You remember that? It was fantastic.
Oh, of course.
God, I hope.
Do you remember that? He got it.
Will you make sure he watches this?
Yeah.
Surely he'll watch at least this part. Like that, he got it. An honorable mention in a huge podcast.
It's very big. It is very big.
Second
a lot of
episode.
viewers.
Yeah, the second episode. This is number 2.
And the first episode went over so well that you can't even. It's very rare.
Yeah, we can even release it.
So many people bought the podcast that it's.
They bought the podcast.
Podcast.
You don't buy a
Well,
podcast.
that's not my problem. I don't have to deal with that. I made the podcast. How they buy it is up to them.
That's true.
So
You made it?
I participated.
This is the second thing that's been taken away from me this week.
Wait, what was the first?
That bread pudding.
I didn't eat the whole thing.
No. So I made a friend the first bread pudding, and if she didn't thank my wife for making it,
Cultural appropriation.
That's so
Who
good.
made it?
I'm really kind of upset because I had to hear about this bread pudding.
I'll make you one.
It's kind of late now.
Excuse me?
I'll make you one.
Are
Just
you-
say the same
I'll
thing.
make you one.
Yeah.
You can
He
have
said he'd
2
make you
minutes.
one. He can just keep
you guys
saying
are the
it.
worst best friends of all time.
How am I supposed to get it to you? Moving away.
I'm not moving for another month, for one thing. And for another thing, I'm moving 20 minutes down the road.
How convenient.
That's true. It's really kind of shitty of you.
It's
You've made
not
it.
that
That drive is. I'm just not going to do it. I mean, I would barely drive 5 minutes down the road to the hood at your current home.
You don't even have to go to the hood anymore. I've got a big fireplace to throw you in.
That. You assume that that's what took you out of the hood. Okay, you've made it inconvenient for all of us, but we will still allow you to be on the podcast.
That's fine.
Okay.
Anyway,
Why are you swaying? Are you nervous?
No. I'm just sway.
it's a nervous tick.
Yeah.
It's very much a nervous tick.
I'm not nervous.
Obviously, you're
You seem
nervous.
nervous.
It's because you're the
lied?
producer and all this rides on you.
Is it because you've lied about something recently?
Yeah. I'm not gonna make you a bread pudding.
There was promises of bread pudding.
Well, I've already had
and
the
we've
bread
received no bread pudding.
I've received it.
You were never going to make me one, were
I
you?
realized through making this bread pudding that my taste isn't all the way back from when I had COVID. like 2
Dum
months
dum
ago.
dum. He had COVID, guys. John had COVID.
I can taste
true.
a lot of things now
Can you taste sounds? Because that's acid.
when I drink Red Bull. I can taste sounds.
Fair enough.
But
Well-
I can taste a lot of things now, but not everything. And Pepsi is one of those things. I can taste a Coca-Cola, cannot taste a Pepsi.
Can you taste your
That's
delicious
probably a good
L8?
thing because
Taste
Pepsi is
these.
trash.
Yeah. Why don't you
even if I
show
could-
show the people what you're drinking?
I
Delicious L8. Please send us free L8s.
I couldn't taste L8 when I had COVID, and I still drank it.
Yeah, because you have to have because it
Okay.
nourishes your
Because
your
I'm
dad bod.
addicted to
Yeah, we
it.
know. Yeah, it nourishes your dad bod.
But like I said, I can taste Coca-Cola, couldn't taste Pepsi. I can taste some sweets, couldn't taste the bread pudding.
Yeah.
I can smell it. I can smell the flavors of the bread
So
pudding.
you couldn't even enjoy your
couldn't
own
even
bread
enjoy it.
pudding. Yet you didn't call me to eat what you couldn't enjoy.
I threw the rest of it away.
Call
Are
back.
you
hang
kidding
on.
me?
Call back to friends. You threw my sandwich away? You didn't even eat it all? There was bread pudding and I was told nothing about it and it was thrown away.
No, you were told about it. by
I wasn't
me.
told by the creator. I don't mean the Lord Almighty. I mean the guy that made the pudding.
Yeah, God didn't even tell you about it.
I didn't even know you liked bread pudding.
He's forsaken.
I like desserts. Have you seen me?
Oh, that's true.
Shave this beard off and I'm Charlie Brown. You know what I mean? Like just the full fat face. I love dessert. Lava cake.
Did you ever make the bourbon cream sauce to put on top
No,
of
I
it?
didn't.
Stop kicking the bar.
I
You're
didn't-
going to make
And
noises.
when I realized I couldn't taste it, I just like I'm not making that. I'm not wasting good.
Can you just see how bummed out he had to have been?
That he couldn't even taste his own bread
Yeah.
pudding? Yeah.
I would have raged so hard.
Yeah.
I would have thrown it right off the counter.
Yeah.
Slid it off. Right
You're going to
through
make
those
bourbon
toys.
cream what?
The bourbon, not bourbon cream. It's a vanilla custard you put over top of the bread pudding, but you make it with bourbon.
Okay.
I told him to make it with maple, but he was a bitch about it.
I don't like bourbon. We know.
Duh.
Custard is an odd word.
Custard is an
A
odd
lot of
word.
people don't like it.
I don't
The
even
word
know
or
that. I think I've
custard?
had custard.
You ever had the holiday pies from McDonald's?
Yes.
They have custard.
That's custard.
They're also.
Have you had their blueberry muffins?
I have not.
Yeah.
Are they good?
They have a
have a
moist
breakfast menu.
crunch to them. It's fantastic.
Is it like they have a streusel on top?
What about their
What I can only describe as larger grains of sugar is what I assumed it is.
Yeah, that's a streusel.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
And it's delicious.
Have you had their sheet cake? Do you know they brought their sheet cake back?
McDonald's
I didn't know they
makes
ever had a sheet cake.
Yeah, for birthday parties, right?
What?
Remember having your birthday party at McDonald's? They had the little glass
I was
case.
poor. We didn't have those.
This was for the poor kids.
I was poorer than that. Remember, I
He-
fell through my
he fell
house.
through his-
They used to have a little glass case at the checkout counter inside of McDonald's, and it had all the birthday party stuff. It had like the hats and like the little.
This
never
is
knew they
not
had
an
sheet
experience I ever experienced.
Well, they had that, but you could get a sheet cake.
Okay.
They had a vanilla sheet cake and a chocolate sheet cake, and you can get them at certain McDonald's.
Okay. Can we get them? Have you looked? Can we
I
get
don't know
them?
if we can get them in Urban. If someone at the Urban McDonald's listens to this,
Slim chances.
First of all, fix your ice cream machine for the love of God.
Yeah. Let us know.
It's been working for the past couple times I've been.
Man, I got a milkshake from McDonald's on Wednesday night while I was at call. I was sicker than a dog. It was delicious.
Did you see my
Probably a
Big
little
Mac?
worth it. What? No.
My Big Mac that I got at McDonald's
No.
a couple weeks ago.
Did it have, was it
It
inside
was,
out?
No, it was bottom bun, both burger patties, all of the dressings, middle bun, top bun. Nothing between the top bun and the middle bun.
You had bunception going on.
So they just stuck a hamburger bun on top of a hamburger. Like a whole
And you
hamburger
could
bun.
tell that they were like, mess this up. Oh well.
Hell no.
We're gonna send it out. We're McDonald's. We're gonna send this out.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
We need to find out if you can find one of those sheet cakes. We'll get one and eat it on here.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
I would do it.
At the same time, we review that bourbon that I'm gonna buy, that I'm gonna find because
Oh,
you wanted
yeah.
it.
What is that called?
Why?
I don't know. Why? What? Weren't you informed?
No, I'm not ever. I wasn't even informed of the first podcast.
Listen.
Buffalo. That's true.
Yeah. You make a fair point. However, are you here now? Do
Yeah.
it. I think it's best if you just don't know what you're walking into. That's what me and John think. That your reaction walking into things is better than anything we could just plan on our own.
I don't know. Okay. Anyway. What bourbon?
Bourbon that John.
Buffalo Trace is making a new bourbon. They do like an experimental batch, but they've been aging this for
11 years.
Yeah, for a long time.
It's got hints of toffee.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah,
But it's like the
$10 says it still tastes like a fucking.
I'm gonna
lawn.
call it. Cameron's not gonna like it.
oh for sure.
No.
Yeah.
It's gonna taste like furniture polish.
You just
It's
don't
gonna
know.
taste
It's
like
different.
if
You're a
someone
taste boy.
if
You're
someone
taste
took a
boys.
Heath bar
It's
and
not.
sprayed furniture polish all over it, it would taste like that.
You're from a class that's so low, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's unheard of.
I've heard of it.
Man, you're your mother's child. I wonder if she's gonna watch this. Probably not.
Mom, don't watch this.
Too late.
Just to spite him.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
We're high class, fancy.
Did you catch the Easter egg when Zemo was turned into?
Baron von Zemo.
Yeah, he was turned into the guards.
What? Easter
Why
egg?
can't I think of the Wakandan guards? He was when
Yeah.
Bucky handed Zemo over to the Wakandan guards. Did you
Yeah.
catch that Easter egg on the statue?
No. What did
No,
it say?
it was a touching. It was just a touching poem about your mom.
That was just an excellent setup.
I dove into it a little bit too
solid
far.
execution.
Yeah,
No, that was the perfect amount of diving in, I
I
think.
don't know if she's gonna listen to it. She might not like me.
I hope not.
Not after that. What? We went past the bourbon and right into something else. Your mom jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I wish I could remember
I already
what-
called. It's maybe next Tuesday.
Maybe they may get it.
Yeah.
But are they gonna hold some back if they do get it?
I'm just gonna go down there and make sure I get it.
I'm saying this: if we're testing bourbon drinks, we're testing the shit out of fruity, delightful drinks too. Yes.
That's
Absolutely.
not. You go to an episode of Mom and Around for that.
Okay, so we subtitle it "Mom and Around
Hang on,
Edition,"
hang on.
and we appeal to all the moms.
Hang
We
on.
drink a sangria.
Hang on, hang on.
We drink 10 White
Hear
Claws.
him out.
There's something very charming about a dad that knows how to make those drinks for his wife.
Yeah, for his wife.
Which you don't have.
I have a fiance, Dick.
Is it the same thing? No.
We're probably
It's
gonna
not
look around.
legally binding. She's
Not in the
not.
eyes of the Lord.
Yeah. Even better. Do you know how to make those fruity drinks, or do you just buy those fruity drinks? You buy those pre-mixed fruity drinks. John can make them.
Next question.
Okay.
Speaking of, we need more of those smoothies.
If you get that going on,
We'll do that on
this
the
could go
jujitsu
downhill.
day. We'll do that on the jujitsu day.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Are you talking about the shakes that you made? You made smoothies?
The vanilla smoothie.
You bitches made
You were
smoothies
there.
together.
He calls it a
That's
smoothie.
a
I think it's a
shake.
shake.
It's not a shake.
What makes
a
it not a
shake.
shake?
It doesn't have ice cream in it.
What'd you put in it?
Ice. It's a smoothie.
No, you used ice cream. Didn't he use
No,
ice
I
cream?
did not
Was there
use
milk
ice
in it?
cream. No.
There's definitely at least milk in it.
No.
It's.
It was that.
I call it a shake. It was
that
delicious.
powder, the Ghirardelli vanilla frap powder.
Maybe that's true.
Maybe. I don't know. They were delicious. This podcast will go downhill if you bring those in here. And
lot of
we're going to drink those and then do jujitsu. I will
Yep,
throw up
we're doing
everywhere.
it. We're doing it. That sounds like the best idea I can think of.
Yeah. McFarland's going to.
I have to figure out the logistics of a jujitsu episode.
You just take the camera and move it over there where the mats are.
Yeah. I have to be real awkward. I'm gonna have to figure.
That's the best part.
No, I don't want it to look awkward.
It's gonna look awkward.
Yeah. It's meant to look awkward. It's jujitsu. It's like one man is hiding a tiny grape from another man and he's trying to get it, but it's just imaginary.
And he's
There's-
hiding it in
there
his
was
asshole.
there was never a grape. You know, it's just like, hey, I'm just stealing this stuff from Theo Vaughn, just straight up. One man's massaging another man super hard, and eventually one dude just can't take it and taps out. You know, it's just I've never heard it described a better
I
way.
wouldn't call it massaging. I
He
would call
nailed
it
it.
aggressive stretching.
When I'm thinking about it as it is jujitsu, I still don't enjoy it.
No, I have a picture saved in my phone of when I took you one day, and you looked like you died.
I was pretty close to
And I don't know if it was the Crohn's or not, but it was
Oh,
pretty
probably.
bad. I think we should make John
Do you remember,
do it. I think that's what would be the funniest part.
Do you remember that, going back to Alex, do you remember Alex rolling with Josh McFarland?
Up at the
It couldn't have
church.
been good. It couldn't have been good.
Was that the same day that he rolled with like Riley and Braylon and everyone?
Caleb Bonnie. Straight up called out Caleb
It
Bonnie.
was theirs.
Yeah, up at the church.
Caleb rolled with him too. We all got smashed.
Yeah.
I've smelled that man in places that I've never even smelled.
I can't wait to have him on here. He's going to be so awkwardly funny.
The last time I rolled with you, I thought that I was going to pass out. And we just did 2 rounds.
That's because I had all my weight on you.
The
And I'm
last
a
time
large man.
I rolled with you, I got 14th degree burns on my feet, and
Well, that's your
I
fault.
couldn't walk for 7 months.
You didn't have good callous feet yet.
Cow's feet.
It's a moo point.
Oh,
It's like a cow's opinion. It just doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And you know that makes sense.
It does. All right. Are we done here? I don't know, like 1,030,000,000.
You're just mad because you want to eat.
Yeah,
Started at
I would like
9.
to eat.
Yeah. Honestly, if anybody's still listening, like that's fantastic. You made it. You made it through.
Quit talking to people. We're not doing it. We already established we're not.
I'm not. At least I didn't look at the
What time
camera.
is it?
I looked at the
It's
camera.
10:02.
It's 10:02. I just told you that. Why don't you listen?
About an hour. I think we can probably wrap.
How are we gonna wrap it?
Usually with paper.
Mm.
That's it.
Is
That's
it
the
just
end.
supposed? No, we can't do that. That was horrible.
All right, boys. See you Friday.
That was a perfect ending.
Is it every Friday?
Yeah.
I haven't
Every Friday?
scheduled this out for a year.
That's the commitment.
We're doing weeklies.
If we're gonna do it,
We're not doing bi-weeklies. We're doing weeklies.
Weekly.
Do they have to know if it was filmed on a Friday or a Saturday, or maybe even a Sunday?
It needs to be as
Or maybe
current
even
as
a
possible
Tuesday?
whenever I post it. So
This is the kind of things we're dealing with. Our producer,
He's really a diva.
Yeah.
It's a very big problem. He threw a fit over a chair earlier.
I have spent so much of my own personal time on this.
And scene.
So
I bought the microphones.
It's gonna-
That's all. I'm saying.
Cameron did buy 2 of the microphones, and he assumed I would pay him back. It was one of the best pranks I've ever played.
You said you would pay me back,
okay,
like with your word voice.
okay, let's wrap it, boys, before you start throwing elbows.
All right, dadding around out.
Thanks for watching Dad and Around.
If,
Yeah.
if you watched it, you're a true.
You
You're
probably
a
did.
trooper.
Yeah. You earned it.